Look at a few more examples, and we are only going to be using the short method here. And this example, the first one is going to be x plus y all squared. And what is that going to be? Well, that's simply the first term squared, which is x squared, the last term squared, which is just y squared, multiply the inside, that gives you x times y, which is just 1xy, and then you double that. Now the doubling of 1 is 2, so therefore the middle has to be 2xy. And now you can obviously use the long method and you can see if that works as well. Let's look at the next example, x minus y all squared. Well, simple as this. First term squared is just x squared. Last term squared, remember that's negative y times negative y, which gives you a positive, and that gives you y squared. So that's going to be positive y squared. And then this thing over here is just going to be negative y times x is negative xy. That's negative xy. But that's just 1xy, so you need to double it and then you get 2xy. Okay, let's look at another example. 2x plus 6. Very easy. Square the first term, and remember that means 2x multiplied by 2x, which is going to give you 4, and x times x is x squared, so that gives you 4x squared. This one over here, 6 times 6 is positive 36, and then let's multiply them. Let's say if I have to multiply that, what do I get? I'm going to get 6 multiplied by 2x, and 6 sets of 2x's gives me 12x's. And then I need to take that answer, the inside, sorry, and I need to double it. And if I double that, what do I get? I get plus 24x. And that's my answer. So as you get used to this, you'll start seeing this pattern and be able to go from here to there and from here to here. Okay, so let's take one with a fraction, a half x minus a quarter squared. Well, this is very easy as well. I'm going to keep this side for some rough work. I have to take the first term and square it. In other words, a half x multiplied by a half x. And that means I take a half times a half, which is actually a quarter because it's 1 times 1 over 2 times 2, which is a quarter. And x times x, which is going to give me x squared. Then I have to multiply the last one. Minus a quarter multiplied by minus a quarter. And minus times a minus gives me a positive. And 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 4 is 16, because that's how I multiply fractions. So that's going to give me positive 1 over 16. And then I have to just multiply the insides, and I have to double it. So if I multiply the insides, it's going to be minus a quarter multiplied by positive a half x, and that has to give me negative 1 over 8x. Now how do I double this figure over here? All I have to do is I have to say, take that number, minus 1 over 8x, and I multiply it by 2. And that's going to give me negative 2 over 8x. Because multiplying by 2 is the same as multiplying by 2 over 1. So you can work that part out. Okay, so there's a few examples. Make sure you work through that. If I've gone too fast, press the slow down button, and then be sure to pause, replay, rewind, and make sure you take down the notes in your book as well.